I don't think there's one Spurs or one Arsenal fan that really enjoys North London derbies, but it's even worse, obviously, when you're losing that game and in the fashion that Spurs did, obviously losing at the Emirates in the North London derby 4-1 to Arsenal. If you're new to the channel, please remember to like, share, comment and subscribe so you never miss a video. To be honest with you, I'm just angry, frustrated, annoyed, ticked off. There's lots of other emotions, like I say, but these ones really, really hurt, especially when we don't actually really get going. Obviously, Frank's game plan today, I'm not really sure what it was. My best way I can describe it is damage limitation, sorry, in terms of the way we set up was very defensive, and I had in our minds that we were going to find it hard to create anything, but not as hard as we actually found it, to be honest with you. The game obviously started, we had Danso come and slot into that kind of back five with Udogie and Spence on either kind of wing. And then we obviously had Kudus back into the mix. It was great. We had that combo, Polina and Bentancur again in the middle with Richie up top. And to be honest with you, I kind of got it, but not when we obviously started conceding, because there was far too many times today where Arsenal had so much of the ball. We gave them so much time, especially their first goal that Trossard scored. I can't remember who put the ball in, but Bentancur and Polina were nowhere to be seen when that ball was played across, and obviously Trossard managed to get in behind and put a ball in where Udogie was kind of keeping him on side. The second goal, where you could argue probably should have stood, you had Thierry Henry obviously on Sky Sports saying that, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Les Ferdinand maybe who said, oh, I don't know how this goal was stood. Obviously, there's 3 Arsenal players in offside position that are blocking the view of Vicario. Thierry Henry kind of then says, yeah, I can kind of see your point. But again, it's Michael Oliver, so what can we say? But I'm not going to discredit the fact, because Arsenal were very, very good, annoyingly, and we just didn't know how to battle with it. We didn't take risks. And people were saying on Twitter, oh, well, if we took risks, it would have been a lot more. At the end of the day, you lose, you still lose 3 points. And I think that's the point. When you're seeing your team play like that, we're not creating anything, what is the point? And that's kind of what I felt today. Obviously, the man of the moment, which hurts even more, is as a hat-trick in the North London derby. Your first kind of North London derby experience. I can imagine the pressure's very high. And he goes and does that. And full credit to him, annoyingly. I am going to put it out there. He was excellent today. Which, again, hurts even more that he chose them. We didn't really pull our finger out to kind of get him to Spurs. But it is what it is. And at the end of the day, I really don't know what to think with Thomas Frank. I think he is a brilliant tactician. But today he got it very, very, very wrong. I feel like we should have just played Xavi Simons in the middle. Had a bit of creativity. At least we'd had something going forward. Obviously, Richarlison, again, scoring an absolutely wonderful goal. I mean, the fact that obviously it was the first goal after Arsenal's 3rd goals went in the back of the net, I didn't really celebrate. I don't think anybody celebrated. But it was a wonderful goal. Obviously, I think it was it Polina who got the foot in and it kind of fell. Or it might have been Bentancur actually that kind of won the ball back. Then Richarlison was like, oh, I can see you offline, mate. Boot it over your head, and it was a very well goal, but obviously it didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I don't really know where we go from here. I hate losing the North London derby, but in that fashion it's just humiliating. And the funny thing as well, where when Frank joined, he was all about we need to take risks sometimes. I haven't really seen any risks under him at the moment. I don't really see where we're kind of going with things. I think we had, what was it, that Richarlison goal was our first shot on target. I think in the first half we had 14 touches of the ball in their half. That just kind of summed everything up. So for me, very, very frustrating, humiliating, embarrassing. Obviously, and then we turn to PSG in the week, so that's going to be exciting. But yeah, there was a very, very frustrating game today. I'm not saying I'm Frank out. He needs to hurry up and just take those risks. Use the players we have. Use the players that can be the locksmiths, etc., etc. Because right now, I don't really know what we're going to do, to be honest with you. But like I say, we're going to break this down in more tomorrow on Hollie Hotspurs Live. We'll be joined by Jim from Oso Spurs, and Ali Speechley will be joining us again to kind of dissect what exactly went wrong and what Frank needs to do to kind of pick up some points, I guess, on the board, because things are looking pretty bleak at the moment. And don't get me wrong, I'm not silly to the fact that obviously last year it was horrendous in the Premier League, finished 17th, but with the players that we have at our disposal, I was thinking we'd be able to do a little bit more. Don't get me wrong, we've got January transfer window coming up thick and fast, but it's not looking good. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the game below in the comment sections. Please do not forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world. And I guess until next time, come on you Spurs.